Be me, Marcus, 34, executive chef, currently holding a reputation that's heavier than my knife roll. Spent the last decade grinding through the brigades of Lyon, Chicago, and Copenhagen. No wife, no kids, no hobbies that don't involve fermentation or foraging. My life is a series of stainless steel surfaces and ticket printers. The burnout is there, hovering like a headache behind the eyes, but the ambition is louder. Get headhunted for a project that's supposed to be my magnum opus. The Observatory, ultra-high-end dining concept, located on a cliffside in Big Sur, backed by a venture capital group that treats restaurants like assets in a diversified portfolio. Unlimited budget. Complete creative control. The catch? I have to live on-site for 6 months before opening to curate the local terroir. Fine by me. I pack 2 suitcases and my knives. Drive up the coast, watching the reception bars on my phone die one by one. The sight is breathtaking. Glass, concrete, redwood, suspended over the Pacific Ocean like a suicide note written in architecture. It's barely finished. Construction crews are still buzzing around, sparks flying, sawdust in the air. I meet the project lead, a nervous guy named Steven who looks like he sleeps in his suit. He hands me a hard hat. Kitchen inspection is at 14:00, he says. The lead architect flew in from London to sign off on the past design. I don't care about architects. Architects are people who draw pretty lines and forget that cooks need to move without colliding. I spend the morning walking the perimeter, tasting wild sorrel, checking the salinity of the air. Mental menu planning, urchin smoke pine acidity. 13:55. Walk into the building. The kitchen is a cathedral. Matte black surfaces, induction ranges that cost more than my first car, a walk-in fridge big enough to play tennis in. It's perfect, except for the pass. The pass is too high. It creates a barrier between the kitchen and the dining room. I hate it immediately. Excuse me, I say to a group of people standing by the dish pit holding blueprints. They turn around, and the air leaves the room. It's not just the air, it's the gravity. Standing there, wearing a white hard hat and a charcoal trench coat, holding a rolled-up set of plans, is Claire. Claire from 5 years ago. Claire from the tiny apartment in Astoria, with the radiator that clanked all night. Claire who I left because I got the sous chef position in Paris, and she got a junior partner offer in London, and we both decided that love wasn't enough to bridge the Atlantic. She looks incredible. Sharp, professional. Her hair is shorter, cut in a bob that screams billable hours. She sees me. Her eyes widen for exactly 0.5 seconds, before snapping back to a neutral, professional glaze. The kind of look you give a contractor who's running late. Marcus, she says. Her voice is the same. Raspier maybe. Claire, I manage. Steven, the nervous project lead, looks between us. Oh, you know each other. Excellent. That facilitates the synergy. Synergy. I want to throw up. We went to school together. Claire lies smoothly. Briefly, I add. We didn't go to school together. We lived inside each other's ribcages for 3 years. We shared a checking account. We had a cat named Miso that she took when the split happened. Right, Steven says, oblivious. Well, Marcus has some thoughts on the layout. Claire turns to me, raising an eyebrow. It's a challenge. Do you? She asks. The pass is too high, I say, my voice sounding tight. I need visual contact with table 4. The current elevation blocks the sightline. She unrolls the blueprints on the stainless steel bench. The elevation is standard. It hides the dirty plates from the guests. It's an aesthetic choice to maintain the clean lines of the dining room. I don't cook for clean lines, I snap. I cook for flow. If I can't see the guests, I can't pace the course. It needs to come down 6 inches. Lowering it 6 inches compromises the structural integrity of the heat lamp housing, she counters, tapping the paper, and it ruins the symmetry of the archway. I don't give a damn about your symmetry, Claire. The use of her name makes Steven flinch. The construction guys stop drilling. Silence in the unfinished kitchen. She looks at me, really looks at me, and for a second, I see the girl who used to cry during movies and steal my hoodies. Then the wall goes back up. It's the architect's discretion, chef, she says, emphasizing the title like an insult. And the client signed off on these prints 3 months ago. Then the client is an idiot. I'll be sure to tell him, you said that at dinner. She rolls up the prints. We're done here. She walks out. The clicking of her heels on the polished concrete echoes like gunshots. I stand there staring at the matte black counter. My hands are shaking. Not from rage, from the ghost of a feeling I thought I gutted and filleted years ago. That night, there's a welcome dinner for the senior staff and stakeholders. It's held in the nearest town, at a rustic farm-to-table place that serves wine in mason jars. I arrive late. Purposely. I shower shave, put on a blazer that fits a little too tight across the shoulders. Walk-ins. The room is loud, warm smelling of roasted garlic and expensive cologne. There's one empty seat, directly across from her. Of course. I sit down. She's talking to the sommelier, laughing at something he said. It's a polite laugh. I know her real laugh. Her real laugh is a snort that she tries to hide. This is her networking laugh. She glances at me as I pour water. Hello again, she says. Hi. The table is discussing the opening timeline. 6 weeks to launch. I focus on the bread, tearing it apart, analyzing the crumb structure. Anything to avoid looking at her hands. She's not wearing a ring. Why am I checking? Doesn't matter. So Marcus, the investor asks, what's the concept for the opening menu? Coastal isolation, I say, reciting the pitch deck. We want the guests to feel the precariousness of where we are, beautiful but dangerous. A bit dramatic, Claire murmurs into her wine glass. Dining is theater, I shoot back. Dining is nourishment, she corrects. Architecture is theater. Architecture is just walls that get in my way. The table laughs nervously. They think it's banter. They think we're two passionate creatives sparring. They don't know that 5 years ago, on a rainy Tuesday, she begged me not to get on the plane to Paris. And I told her that if I stayed, I'd resent her forever. And she told me that if I left, she wouldn't be there when I came back. She kept her word. Dinner drags on. Course after course of mediocrity. I drink too much Pinot Noir. So does she. The group starts to fracture into side conversations. We are left in a pocket of silence amidst the noise. She looks at her phone. How's the cat? I ask. The words are out before I can stop them. Stupid. Rookie mistake. She freezes. Puts the phone down. Miso died, she says quietly. Oh, I feel like I've been punched in the gut. 2 years ago, kidney failure. I'm sorry, Claire, I loved that cat. Yeah, well, she swirls her wine. You leave things behind, Marcus, that's what you do. That's not fair, isn't it? She turns to face me fully. Her eyes are dark, reflecting the candlelight. You didn't even call when you landed. You just sent an email. I couldn't call. If I heard your voice, I would have come back. That's a lie you tell yourself to feel noble. You didn't call because you were relieved. I was terrified. You were selfish. I was ambitious, there's a difference. Not to the person left in the apartment in Astoria. I sent checks for the rent. She laughs. A bitter, sharp sound. The checks, right, because that fixes it. You think you can monetize intimacy, Marcus. You think if you balance the ledger, the debt is paid. I'm here now, aren't I? You're here because they're paying you $500,000 and giving you a percentage of the gross. Don't pretend this is fate. It's a contract. She stands up. I'm going back to the hotel. Don't touch the past design, it stays. She leaves. I sit there with the empty mason. Next 3 weeks are hell. We are forced to work together every day. The restaurant is coming together. It's beautiful. I hate admitting it, but her vision is genius. The way the light hits the tables at sunset. The acoustics that dampen the clatter of silverware, but amplify conversation. She's good. She's better than good. But we fight about everything. The lighting fixtures, too dim. The fabric on the banquettes, too absorbent. The width of the waiter's station, too narrow. It becomes a spectator sport for the crew. The sous chefs take bets on who will snap first. One Tuesday. Rainstorm hits the coast. Power flickers. We're stuck in the site office. Just me, her, and a pile of fabric swatches. The generator is humming outside. Rain lashing against the floor-to-ceiling glass. This velvet is going to stain, I say, tossing a swatch of midnight blue fabric on the table. It's treated, she says without looking up from her laptop. It's hydrophobic. Grease isn't water, Claire. Duck fat will ruin this in a week. Then tell your staff not to drop duck fat on the furniture. Accidents happen. It's a restaurant, not a museum. Why does everything have to be a battle with you? She slams the laptop shut. Rubs her temples. She looks tired. Shadows under her eyes. I'm just trying to make it functional, I say, softer this time. You're trying to assert control, because you feel out of control. Psychoanalyze me on your own time. I am on my own time. It's 9 p.m. and I'm arguing about upholstery with my ex-boyfriend in an unheated glass box. Silence stretches. The rain is relentless. Do you remember the risotto? I ask. She pauses. Don't. The mushroom risotto, the first thing I ever cooked for you. It was oversalted. It was perfect and you know it. A ghost of a smile touches her lips. It was okay. You licked the bowl. I was a starving student. I would have licked the bowl if it was instant ramen. I miss you, Claire. The words hang there. Heavy. Radioactive. She looks at me. Sadness washing over the professional veneer. No, you don't, Marcus. You miss the idea of me. You miss having someone to come home to who validates your genius. But you don't miss the reality. You don't miss the compromise. I've changed. You haven't, you're just more successful. That's not change. That's amplification. She stands up and walks to the window, looking out at the dark ocean. I'm seeing someone, she says. The world stops spinning for a second. Oh, his name is David. He's a pediatrician. Sounds stable. He's kind. He's home every night at 6. He doesn't scream at people because the sauce is broken. Does he make you happy? She turns around, leaning against the glass. He makes me safe, Marcus. Happiness is Fleeting, safety lasts. I could have been safe. No, you're a fire. Fires are warm, but they burn the house down eventually. She picks up her bag. Keep the blue velvet, I'll order the treated canvas. You were right about the grease. She leaves me in the dark. 2 weeks to opening. The pressure is mounting. The menu isn't right. I scrap the third course entirely. My sous chef is on the verge of a breakdown. I'm sleeping 4 hours a night on a cot in the dry storage room because I can't bear to drive back to the staff housing. Claire is everywhere, supervising the final installation of the chandeliers, directing the art placement. We treat each other with icy, terrifying politeness. Chef, could you move? Of course, architect. It's a Cold War. The soft opening is scheduled for Friday. Friends and family only. The investors, the press, and the design team. I decide to do something stupid. I decide to cook a memory. The main course. Venison, juniper, blackberries. It's the meal we had on our last anniversary. The one before the breakup. But elevated, refined to the point of absurdity. It's an apology on a plate. Or maybe a weapon. I'm not sure anymore. Friday night. The dining room is full. The lighting is perfect. She was right about the dimmers. The acoustics are incredible. The kitchen is a machine. Humming, precise, violent. Order in, table 1, VIP. That's her table. She's sitting with the investors and David. He flew in for the opening. I peek through the pass, which is still too high. I have to stand on a milk crate. David looks nice. Soft face, receding hairline, glasses. He's holding her hand on top of the table. She looks beautiful in a dress I've never seen. Service begins. The appetizers go out. Rave reviews coming back to the kitchen. The investors are happy. Champagne is flowing. Main course. I plate hers personally. My hands are steady. Arrange the venison. The reduction. The single, perfect blackberry. Service. The runners take it. I watch. The plate lands in front of her. She looks down. She recognizes it instantly. I see her stiffen. She looks up. Towards the kitchen. She can't see me because of the damn high pass. But she knows I'm watching. David says something to her. She shakes her head. She picks up her fork. And she eats it. Mechanically. No smile. No emotion. Just chewing and swallowing. It's devastating. I wanted a reaction. I wanted tears or anger or a smile. I got nothing. She treated my soul on a plate like it was just calories. Service ends. The kitchen is cleaning down. Beers are cracked open. The high of the rush is fading into exhaustion. I step out onto the terrace. The ocean is loud below. Fog is rolling. I light a cigarette. I quit 3 years ago, but tonight requires it. That was cruel. I turn. She's there, wrapped in a shawl. David is nowhere to be seen. It was the best dish on the menu, I say. It was a manipulation. Did you like it? It was delicious, and it made me want to scream. Why didn't you? Because I'm a professional, and because David was telling me about his golf handicap. She walks over, takes the cigarette from my hand, takes a drag, exhales smoke into the fog. He's boring, Marcus. My heart jumps. Is he? Incredibly, he talks about the weather. He watches procedural cop shows. He thinks pepper is a spice. Why are you with him? Because he loves me. Simply, without conditions, without needing me to be part of his masterpiece. She hands the cigarette back. And I love him, in a quiet way. Quiet sounds boring. Quiet is peaceful. I spent 3 years with you living in a hurricane. I'm tired of the wind, Marcus. We were good together when it was calm. It was never calm. We were just in the eye of the storm waiting for the other wall to hit. She looks at me, reaches out, touches my cheek. Her hand is cold. You're going to get 3 Michelin stars here. Maybe. You will, the food is. It's transcendent, you've outdone yourself. I did it for you. No, you didn't. You did it to show me what I missed. That's ego, not love. She pulls her hand away. We're flying back to London tomorrow. David has a conference. So this is it. The restaurant is finished. My job is done. Claire, goodbye, chef. She turns and walks back inside. I stay on the terrace until the cigarette burns down to the filter. It stings my fingers. The pain is grounding. I flick it over the railing. Watch the ember fall into the black void of the ocean. It disappears long before it hits the water. Go back inside. The kitchen is empty. Clean. Stainless steel gleaming under the nightlights. I walk to the pass. It's still too high. I grab my tool kit from the office. Walk to the pass. Unbolt the brackets. It takes me an hour. I lower the shelf 6 inches. It ruins the symmetry. It exposes the heat lamp wiring. It looks ugly. But now, when I stand there, I can see the empty dining room perfectly. I can see table 1. Empty. Just a white tablecloth and a wine stain. I stand there for a long time, just looking. Then I go to the walk-in. Start prepping for tomorrow. 50 pounds of carrots to peel. The work is the only thing that doesn't leave. Be May. Peeling carrots at 3 a.m. Michelin star incoming. Alone. At least the sightlines are clear now.